Oh, it's working now. Okay, good.
I just want to apologize for Camille's potty mouth.
Whatever. Shut the fuck up. Hey, I'm Camille. We're shock talking.
We are shocking you by our talking. I'm Gretchen.
Irreverent. That's what we are.
I know. Okay, so this just in, folks. Gretchen Carlson, who was Miss America in 1989, the same year I was.
Right.
We were
You're
a
Miss
Jeopardy
USA,
question.
and she was.
The Jeopardy question was, what does Miss America and Miss USA have in common? Both names were Gretchen.
Oh, well, that's kind of cute. That was just recently, wasn't it?
Hell no.
Oh.
That was back in 1989.
Oh. Just recently in '89.
Just recently, as is yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so she took over as the chair. I don't know what the official title is, but basically like the president of the Miss America organization, right?
Yes.
So the other dude got
Yeah.
out because of sexual harassment.
That's
and
right.
So she took over, which has not been a bad thing.
No.
She's a former, it's an all-women's panel.
Talented lady. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's had a very successful career.
Yeah, in broadcasting, journalism. Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah.
So
This whole Me Too movement, she left, but she sued and got plenty of money for what happened to her. She was sexually harassed
yeah, so she was
by
part
the
of Me
station
Too.
owner. Yeah.
Goes on Good Morning America this morning to announce that the Miss America pageant is in September, that there will no longer be a swimsuit competition. Because and they're not calling it a pageant anymore, it's a contest. A competition, actually, is the word.
But didn't Miss USA start, and all these pageants start on a swimsuit competition?
Well, Miss USA is a break off of Miss America because there was some fight of some sort.
Oh, okay.
Not physical, but
Yeah.
And
show.
Catalina Swimwear was
the sponsor. Right.
Yeah.
So it was based on swimsuit competition. Yeah.
So they're not calling it a beauty pageant. It's a competition.
And this is replacing Miss USA or Miss America?
No. This is there's two different organizations. So Miss America is like the NFL, Miss USA is like the AFL. It's two different organizations. Miss USA goes to Miss Universe. Miss America just says Miss America. They're the ones that had Burt Parks. There she is from Atlantic City. So that's the Miss America organization. They perform the talent.
Yeah.
We like to say ours are hidden talent. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so this is supposed. I mean, and she's like, and this is big. We do
it's
not.
huge.
She goes, we don't want our. I believe she's. Gosh, what's the word she used? It wasn't delegates. It wasn't maybe participants. I don't know the word she used. We don't want them judged on their body. We want them judged on what comes out of their mouth.
Participants.
And what is in their minds. Okay.
So that means that you can look any way. You can be, and not wear. Are we saying we're not going to wear swimsuits ever? We're not going to be. We're not.
They're not. That's no longer part of the competition.
There's no gown event.
And then she said, and the evening wear will be whatever they choose. If they want to wear pants, in other words, if they want whatever they choose, they're not judged on that. So my question, Camille, is this like a big? Is this
big
just
deal.
a big job interview?
Well, it's
So
I'm a little torn because I think the expectation of everybody is I like the evening gown. I think that's fun. I don't mind the swimsuit.
Yeah. I'll get to my opinion in a second. I'm all about moving in a direction to showcase women in the best possible light. I'm all about that. You know that.
I need some water. Yeah.
And I'm all about even making changes for a new movement. I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, should they leave Miss America the way it is and start a different one? Here's the problem with pageant fans, is that when you have traditionally a way that things have been, you've got generations of families and people that's what they follow, that's what they love. They love the glitz, the glam, they love the fact that they can pull and vote for somebody they don't know.
Right.
They can become their cheerleader, right? And there's other events that happen that, in sports and stuff that people can feel that way too. But pageants are unique and they're different.
Yep.
Now,
and a lot of it's based on the looks. I'll
it's a
say
beauty
that.
pageant. Let's be clear.
It is beauty. I agree.
Let's be clear, y'all.
Yeah,
it is a beauty pageant. And
so they're not calling it beauty pageant anymore. That's what they're taking.
They're not even
away
calling
from
it a pageant. They're calling it a competition.
And they have participants, not
whatever.
Well, then we aren't going to be able to call it a beauty pageant. It is going to radically change the canvas of this, and it's not going to be the same ever.
Here's my giggle in all of this, and I don't mean to step on toes in the Miss America organization, but a competition means there's a winner.
Yes.
So a beauty pageant means there's a winner.
Right.
A competition that used to be called a beauty pageant means there's a winner.
Right.
We just kind of changed the word. It's the same damn thing.
True.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's still
You're
participants
still saying
competing for something.
you beat so-and-so.
Right. Just not on looks.
But we're not going to call it a pageant because
pageants indicates all about the physicality. Is that
No, because there are elements
pageant
to
really means.
Google that shit.
I'm gonna Google pageant.
Because there's elements to the competition that have nothing to do with looks. However,
okay.
I have judged, now the Miss America organization will not allow a Miss USA to be a participant as an MC or a judge. At least that's been my experience in the 100 years that I've been involved. And they don't want to merge those two families, right?
Right.
Even though the Miss USA or the Miss Universe organization has had a former Miss America judge, Miss USA, on the telecast. Charlene Hawks did that.
That's
Charlene
right.
Moss Hawks did
That's
that.
Right.
Anyway, the Miss America organization does not want to do that. So my question is, couple parts, and I made a post about this, and a lot of pageant fans are like, woohoo, we believe in that, but I'm waiting for a call from Good Morning America to go, hang on a second, there's a debate going on.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal. Just because a woman wears a swimsuit or an evening gown does not make her less intelligent.
No.
Does not make her less of a person to contribute to society and
True.
to her community.
True.
Does not make her less able to stand for a social issue.
Right. I agree
Okay?
with that. I agree with
So
that.
what is it now? Is it, and to me, I'm like, okay, so if you're saying that, and they're not saying, this is just my interpretation.
Yep.
If the talent in the interview now is the most important thing, then you're basically having a competition of an interview, a job interview, right?
Presentation, how she presents herself, probably, yeah. Oh, yeah. The best candidate for something, sure. It's
Okay.
not based on looks.
But as pageants have evolved over the years, even in the Miss Universe and the Miss USA and the Miss Teen USA system, there is a portion of that competition that the interview is highly important. So the
And
role
question, yeah.
of a title holder, Miss America, Miss USA, whatever you want it, or even Miss Universe, is a goodwill ambassador for many things, whether
True.
it's a platform or it's a sponsorship, an organization, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
However, it's still a beauty pageant.
It's still. Let me define pageant, okay? Because I was like, how is this going to work?
I was like, let me do some research.
Well, I did. Okay, definition of pageant: a mere show, pretense, an ostentatious display, show, exhibition, especially an elaborate, colorful exhibition or spectacle, often with music that consists of a series of
Tableau.
yeah.
Here's the
Of a
deal.
loosely unified drama or of a percussion, usually with floats, pageantry. So
That
it's
can
still a
mean
display.
that can mean
It's physical, though. The
yeah,
pageant,
but the Mormon.
that's why they can't call it
the
pageant.
Mormon. What's the one down in Nephi or
Oh.
wherever that is? They call it the
They do.
pageant. They
They
call
do.
it a pageant.
They do.
It has nothing to do with women in a swimsuit. So I think the pageant in that particular
Yeah.
beauty contest it says right there.
Yeah, it does. It says North American, says beauty contest, noun beauty pageant, plural noun beauty pageants. But it's a public entertainment consisting of
Procession.
of people in elaborate, colorful costumes or an outdoor performance of a historical scene. So there's the whole general word for
Right.
pageant. Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah.
Colorful. You should be in one.
I should do
You
it.
would. Camille's like,
Me and the
I
drag
got
queens.
me the glitz going.
Why not? But I get your concern, and I hear there's a devaluing happening, is what it seems like to me. I do believe that Gretchen is trying, not you, Carlson is trying to take this away from just being a physical
Yeah.
competition. Okay,
Right.
I get it, because but I'm not sure if that's really going to get her where she wants to go.
Here's the issue. So just because you take away, and this was something that I posted about, just because you take away a swimsuit competition, you know, reality is, friends, when we go to a pool or a beach, what do we wear?
Well, you need to wear a swimsuit. It's hard to wear clothes in that. It's hard.
Yeah. Also, I know from my experience, there were some clothing designers that expected me to look a certain way in their clothes.
Right.
I was the hanger for their clothes.
That's right.
And so their opinion was important on whoever the winner is and what her body looked like, because you were selling
your
that
sponsor.
brand.
Yeah, you're going to sponsor them. Yeah.
Now, Ashley Graham, the Kardashians, and some other people have done a ton and a lot for reshaping what people think is a healthy or good body.
Right.
It used
What's
to just
really
be
beauty.
the Victoria's Secret look, and everybody needs to look like that in order to be beautiful. And they came in and pat them on the back or the butt.
They changed it.
To say, you know what, beauty comes in all shapes and flavors.
That's true.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Here's my question about Carlson's choice, and I'm not saying it wasn't just her alone. Probably a handful of people.
There's a board. Yeah.
Yeah, the board. So I want to know their why. I can assume their why. And again, with this Me Too movement and all this is going on, but is there any piece of this that they will be judged on appearance, whether it's perfect appearance in a swimsuit, or I know they can wear whatever they want, but is there going to be anything about their appearance?
Right.
Because I think that's look. Even if you're interviewing for a job, your first impression, your appearance, is it cleanly? Is it, I can't imagine they're going to get away from that altogether.
Even if you go for a job interview
you have
and you're
to
not
appear.
a Miss America contestant,
That's right.
There is an expectation of looking your best, whatever that is.
That's right. That's right.
Whatever that is.
That's right.
The problem is that this pageant's coming up in September. A lot of states have already had their pageants, which means they already had somebody chosen based on a portion of that is their looks.
That's right, their beauty. That's right.
So now you're going to have, and here's my question.
It's really throwing a monkey wrench into it.
Yeah, and that's okay. I think they're prepared to shake things up.
Yeah.
But when you have now, maybe not this year, but maybe next year, because now it's really it's an open form,
Right.
So, which I'm not saying I disagree, but if you're saying, not you, but if they're saying, okay, we don't really care what somebody looks like, anybody can compete, are you going to be able to have a subjective judging panel that goes, that's not what I'm used to seeing, but I love her interview and I'm going to crown her a winner? I don't know. I do know there are times I've judged a pageant and the prettiest girl I didn't vote for.
Right.
I voted because
overall.
I liked her personality. I liked her confidence. I liked a lot of things.
The overall appeal,
that I felt like if she won, she could handle the job of that Goodwill ambassador.
Yes.
And
well, best all round. I mean, she's going to do everything well, not just look good.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
The problem is with the public, and the problem is with pageant fans, is they're so quick to have a vocal opinion if they don't like the looks of somebody.
Oh, you've had that? Your daughter had that. That was awful.
Yeah, and they are diehards, and maybe they're trying to usher in a new audience. I don't know.
Well, or change the stigma. I mean, because again, I think what they're really trying to promote is we don't want to just be focused on just looks. Now, and by the way, that's not what any pageant's focused on. It's just not. That's
well,
I would be okay if they kept the evening gown, kept the swimsuit, but they took the scoring.
Yeah, maybe
and
they
changed
10%.
Yeah, and changed it up a little bit. Yeah.
It made me.
Because the reality is, you're not going to get away from looks. People are going to be focused on looks.
Exactly, and that was my point. Is that does that mean you're going to have to change marketing?
Sure.
Because look at advertisement. I mean, you and I are in our 50s, and everything advertised is for the younger, in shape, blah 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 body. Even if they're advertising a muumuu that I may want to buy on Amazon.
That's right.
Okay, but it's not going to be women our age
or our size, my size. Yeah.
So, well, I don't mean that. I'm just saying.
But that's part of it too. Yeah.
You're not just trying to fix one little area. You've got a massive industry and a massive acceptance. And
I'm going to tell you something about man look. I think people in general, but I'm not sure how we're going to take the visual out of men. Men are highly visual.
Yeah. Well, you could have, I mean, you could have somebody in, you know, a bathrobe up to here and it shows no shape.
Yeah.
That man's still going to think what he wants to think.
Well, they're still going to sexualize that. I mean, what's wrong with the world, okay? I mean, it's like there's a whole world that's got to get shifted around this.
Yeah.
I applaud the out-of-the-box thinking. I really think it's a valuable endeavor to really take this approach. I want someone to win that probably couldn't have ever won before because she isn't over 5'8". I think most queens are tall like you.
They were, not now, but they traditionally.
I think I'm not against, you know, changing tradition.
Right.
I applaud what they're up to. I'm just not thinking that's enough, frankly. I think we've got to have a conversation in the world about how relationships work, about how men are visual sexually, the objectification of whatever.
Yeah.
If a person has not evolved into not objectifying a body part or a woman or a man, that's where the real breakdown is.
See, and to me,
it's mental health issues.
The part of being a woman,
it's maturity issues.
First of all, let's just break this down. Your own self-image of your own acceptance of your beauty is the most powerful thing you will ever have, because that resonates into so much more than just what you look like.
Yeah.
Okay? As you age, that can either be your downfall or your greatest strength. So you can't take that away from a woman. I don't care if they're competing on a stage or not.
Right.
It is life. It is the way we are.
That's right.
So does that mean that a woman, like our First Lady, that for generations when she goes to an event and she wears a ball gown, does that mean she is now saying, you know what, you're only looking at me because I'm in this dress? No. It's part of being a woman.
Yeah. Well, and I don't want, again, I don't want to be prejudiced toward that. You know, I don't want to swing to the left where, oh, well, because you're trying to be pretty, or you're trying to wear that gown, you're trying to look young still. I don't want to judge that either.
Right.
You're right. It has to be a personal option, a personal choice.
And we should be okay with that. I think
Agreed.
my issue is, yes, women have been objectified for centuries.
Oh yeah, welcome
for
to life.
Centuries. It's not because of a pageant.
Correct.
Now, are there some things that put them out there in front of people more to do that? Yes.
Well, and don't we put ourselves out there? Yes.
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 And you're right.
But it's women, the abuse of power that goes wrong, people. It's not that we put ourselves out there to be beauty. Just because we're wearing a low cut or a tight dress or tight pants doesn't mean we want to be raped or asking for it.
No, and and you've said this before as a counselor, we can't control the thoughts of men. Okay?
No.
They're going to think what they want to think, regardless of what you wear, regardless of what shape your body is in, regardless of your age. They will think what they want to think. Now, I get where they're coming from, and that there's been contestants and there's been winners that have been subjected to things that were very inappropriate. I get that. And I also know that happens in life.
Yep.
Regardless if you're in a pageant or not, that just happens.
That's right.
I also think that, and this has been a rift between that organization and the Miss Universe, Miss USA organization, is that they tend to taint themselves as, well, we're the scholarship pageant, so we're talented and we're smarter. And Miss USA, you guys are just, you're just for beauty, and you guys be quiet, and you just don't have anything to say.
You're too pretty to think. You can't be smart.
And I can say this from experience. It's not watching a pageant. I can say from experience. Not once did I wear a swimsuit during my whole year as Miss USA. So it's irrelevant, okay?
Yeah.
Not once did I wear anything that needed to show that it was part of the competition. It's not part of the title. It's not part of your year.
It's not your regular daily routine.
No,
yeah, you're not walking around a swimsuit.
It's just part of the competition.
Right.
I also know that, you know, I had maybe 6 days off that year, so I was constantly working.
Oh my gosh.
And the most important role is communication with people.
That's right.
Communication with businesses, communication. I was on TV. So,
and you're promoting the brand.
Yeah, and so intelligence isn't only about what's on stage.
That's right.
You can have somebody have a patent answer.
Yeah.
But how are they in the real world? Can they carry on a conversation? Can they formulate a sentence? You know, those are things that you as a judge, you have to look at it and go, what is this really all about?
Yeah.
What is this really all about? And so while they don't want to call it a pageant, it is what it is. Start something brand new. If you want to make a huge shift and a change,
Yeah.
I'm not against that.
No. Well, and I applaud what they're trying to do. I think they want to take it away from just looks. I get it.
But they've never been about just looks.
No.
I mean, they are.
If the Me Too movement wasn't happening, I doubt this would be happening. So I think that this is part of being popular right now and going in a direction that is going to empower women to not have to look a certain way or just be judged on their looks alone. But again, I think when you're representing USA, you're representing something like that, it is going to come into play.
It's such a balls in the air because beauty is subjective, right? And you and I have talked about this forever. We don't put a label on a size or an age or a skin color. We just don't.
No.
And marketing kind of does.
Oh, marketing does for sure.
So we kind of get skewed
Hollywood
into
does.
what what's in. I mean, we just talked about the yoga pants on the other thing,
or
and
glitter
big
lipstick,
booties and bigger, thicker thighs are what's beautiful right now.
That's right. That's right.
A couple years ago, that was different. So I'm just saying it changes all the time.
I'm with you.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman wanting to be beautiful in whatever capacity that means.
Agreed. Short hair, long hair, purple hair, green hair,
because
piercings, tattoos.
I mean, if it's all about the talent and about the interview, then don't show the girl at all. Let's just do an audio. Right?
I get it.
I don't know. I'm not hating on the organization. We're completely separate.
It's going to
We're
spark
completely different.
It's going to spark controversy, though. You'd count on that.
It's just there's.
And I wonder if they're going to lose followers or viewers.
Oh, I know there's a pageant community. Doesn't mean everybody, but that pageant community is very loyal, very faithful. They like, and it's funny because even after every Miss USA, there's a group of pageant fans that they compare to how certain pageants were in the past that they loved. They loved this type of swimsuit, or they loved this, style of an evening gown. They loved when girls wore their hair in a bun. Whatever it is, they have an idea of what they love. It's just like a guy with a sports team. Oh my gosh, that was my year. Joe Montana was my guy.
When you change the uniform, people freak out.
Right.
What are you changing the color for?
Right.
Yeah, they have meltdown. I wonder what's going to be highly competed for in these contests, or whatever you call it, because look, you know how competitive these things are, and so you were having to be in perfect form, perfect look, perfect everything. If that shift is off now, if that's not the scoreboard, and the scoreboard is around intelligence or articulation or communication or whatever it is, I wonder how that's still gonna be a heated, competitive arena. You see what I mean? Any competition will be. So I wonder
it's not
how
a competition. Or wait a minute, it is.
Well,
what are they calling it? Yeah, they're calling it a competition.
Competition, yeah, it is a competition. But again, what's it going to be measured by? Their intelligence, their articulation. I want to know what that's going to look like. Because again, if it's not about how you look in that suit or dress or whatever, it's going to be about how you come across.
Here's the point that I think you're making too, is now you've got, and I've seen this happen before. So in the talent competition, there are a lot of people that say, well, I'm sorry, but that musician that plays the harp or the piano or whatever, they are so much more respected than a dancer.
Right.
Anybody can learn to dance. I don't agree. I had a daughter as a dancer. It is an art. Or you have somebody that does a dramatic, monologue. They're not necessarily judged in the same capacity, I'm just saying how it is, as somebody that is a concert pianist.
Interesting.
So now you've got a competition
on
a different realm, even though it's not beauty.
Still highly competitive.
Right. One's better than the other. One's more respected than the other.
And I'm wondering if that's going to change the stereotype. I mean, look, I've got a child that's an artist, and she doesn't give a shit about how she looks. But if we judge how she does art, oh my Lord, right? So it's going to bring out a whole new realm of people, and then what sex are they? I can see what they're trying to do, but if there's any competition at all, it's going to set up competition between people.
It is. It's going. It's just going to shift.
Yeah.
It's just going to shift. And I tell you what, I've seen this in the last few years with even the Miss USA pageants, that now has become such a, there's an element to it that is very focused on their social media presence.
Right. Oh, yeah.
No, we can fake that all we want.
That. You
can post out your butt
yeah.
and create an image that may or may not be true. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily say who you are. Mm-hmm. We know that.
That's right.
And or even a platform. I mean, what was her name? Phyllis George. She learned one song. She did not study the piano. She learned one song to compete, and she did it perfectly.
Right.
And she won.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there was other areas.
Concert pianist. Yeah.
Exactly.
I know. But this is what people, but that's going to be what's happening. People are authentically doing it. They're doing it to win. But it's going to just be another arena of highly competitive women at that competition.
Yeah. There's nothing, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean.
Well, and I'm thinking in the theory of the beginning of time when they started Miss USA and Miss America, what was the premise about with the swimsuit or with the evening gown? I'll tell you what I think it was. I think a purity of it was health. You know, that she looks good in a swimsuit. She's a pretty woman. She's healthy. Even the evening gown, because evening gowns used to be what people wore when they had events. We don't ever go anywhere with evening gowns now, hardly ever.
Right.
But I do think there was wisdom in, we want to make sure she's looking good in a gown.
And it makes me wonder, too, about little children, because what do they wear? They wear princess gowns.
They do.
Everything from Disney is going to be, you look at the little girls that dress up that go to Disneyland or Disney World, what are they wearing?
Right. Exactly.
They've got their hair done. They've got a
little tiara.
Little tiara. They've got jewelry. They've got the little shoes. It is the image of a princess, a woman. I mean, not that pageants created that, but I'm just saying it's a bigger fish than just Miss America.
It is. It really is.
And it does not, in my opinion, and I'll just sum this up, it does not take away from the power, the intelligence, the sensitivity of a woman if she is in shape, or beautiful, or whatever that definition is, does not take away from that. And I feel like they're almost saying we would like to apologize for anybody being beautiful, because that's not really what we're all about. And it isn't what they're all about. It's not what Miss USA or Miss Universe is all about either.
Well, and I want to not discount the effort you went through to fucking, I'm sorry.
I did not say that word on camera.
I'm just talking like I'm with my girlfriend now.
I know.
But no, all the effort you went through to get to that's a lot of damn work.
And it taught me a lot.
Yeah, well, the discipline around it's amazing.
Those lessons of discipline have led me throughout my entire life.
That's right.
They have taught a generation to my children, my boys and my girls, of taking care of yourself.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with that. No. The health industry is one of the #1 moneymakers in the world. Why? Because we as humans care about our health and our appearance.
True.
Now, are there some that go the extreme? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
that's in everything.
It is.
That's
in
everything.
It's in everything. In the modeling world, we know that, y'all. It's been out there for a long, long time that people have had issues that are not healthy. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that. But I'm just not sure that taking this out of the competition is going to change everything.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, let's see how who we pick and why we pick. It may not be on beauty. Maybe it's based on smarts. And okay. But let's see how this shapes up, and let's see if it grows in popularity. Does it really? Are we going to enter a world or a realm where we aren't really judged on our looks at all, on our appearance? And maybe that's how it should be, frankly.
Oh, of course.
Maybe we're judged on our
works only. I don't think that's possible. I don't think we as humans are like that.
You take away the visual pieces of it, and there's a lot that goes away with that.
I mean, look at the things we enjoy that is beauty. Look at our yards. Look at our homes. We like a clean car. Some of.
And I'll tell you what beauty typically is it's synastry. It's like the symmetrical face, the balanced eyes, the balanced cheeks. That's what actually is beauty. And what men are drawn to, honestly, to procreate is that balance and that beauty. She's fertile. She has hips. She has breasts. They look ripe. So that is where fertility comes in. I know, but...
So you too can have surgery when you're 53 and look ripe.
You can look ripe. Well, but
no,
again, but the mind is geared toward procreation. It's instinct to survive.
And that's my point.
And so we're built with that brain, especially men, to have instinct for survival. And then what the history was they found the prettiest, most attractive to them, which actually the most attractive always got mated with first, and they can continue the species. But beauty actually was a sign of health, believe it or not.
Okay, so this brings me to the thought of polygamy.
Right?
So when they take on new wives, are they picking older ladies or are they picking younger ladies?
Younger. Of
Why?
course, younger.
Because they
they're
want to
fertile.
procreate.
That's right. They pick fertile. That's right. But men pick fertile anyway. If they want a family, if they want to procreate, they're going to go for the most fertile female. Whether she's intelligent or not, that wasn't their criteria. Their criteria, honestly, with the caveman, and I think it's still going on, we all have cavemans around us, is for the beauty. And that's what they're going to procreate with.
Slut you up.
Yeah, slut you up, dude, was all about that. Now, we women want to be seen as more than just fertile.
Right.
And we want to have value. But that has kind of disrupted the natural, growth of the species. So we are evolving. We're all evolving into something, and
yes,
I like it.
I do.
want to be I want to be smart growing up. I hated just being fertile. That was suicide to me, to get married at 20 and pregnant and follow a foot behind a man. Fuck off. I was never doing that shit, man. I could not even imagine.
I know. But you know what? I mean, and here's the thing that I think a lot of women, I don't know what, we haven't done a survey, but I do think a lot of women are really enjoying this new power.
Independence.
And it doesn't mean like, fuck you men, we don't like you, we don't want you. It just means like, you know what, we have a voice, we have a brain, and it's okay to have breasts. And it's okay to wear high heels. It's still okay. We can be a badass bitch and have all of that.
Yeah, we can.
And there's nothing wrong with, you have a young daughter, I have 2 young daughters, for them to understand the power of a woman is well beyond your looks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I've taught her.
Yeah.
And both my kids actually have integrity. They aren't really all about looks.
Right. But I'm just saying, when it's a beautiful
but
thing
I don't
to
want
be
to
a
discount
woman.
that either. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be beautiful. And
well, it's
if
a beautiful
you
thing to be a woman, whatever you want to
Yes.
do with that,
That's
because
right.
there is a different power that we are just now coming into, or we're growing into, because I think it's been coming around.
Well, I want equality. I want equal pay for every female. I want that's where there's a breakdown for me. And don't get me started on this soapbox, but we got how many single mothers out there that are living on less pay than the same guy across the cubicle, and he's just because he has a sack means he gets more money than her, and she's got 3 mouths to feed. That pisses me off. Just saying, y'all.
Of course.
But again, I want women to focus on intelligence and smarts and beauty. They can have it all. We can have it all.
We can, and that seems to be the movement. Is
I agree.
number one, we do have a voice, and we will shut you down, male or female, if you are interfering with our progression as a human.
Yep.
Not as a woman, as a human.
Yeah.
So for all the Me Too's and all of that kind of stuff that is happening, you know what? Shut the hell up. You perpetrators, you've been in the wrong, and you've been able to get away with it. You're not going to be able to get away with it now.
No.
And it's okay, even if it's a woman that comes forward. She's not a woman's liber, or whatever that word was, like years ago.
Gloria
She's actually
Steinem.
just having a voice.
Yeah. Well, but why shouldn't she? She's
Exactly.
a human being.
And why? And not only have a voice, which to me is intelligence.
She's intelligent. She's powerful.
And that is power.
Well, and the truth is, women are. Well, the true woman is empowered. Okay, that's what a woman is. Girls are growing into their power. Women are powerful.
Yes.
And by the way, if you look at a powerful woman, she fans, she feeds grapes, she's behind the family, she's behind their emotions, she's behind the man, helping everybody get their dreams and aspiration. That's the power of a woman.
Right, because she knows
she's
her
a
worth.
source.
She doesn't have, and to me, what needs to be taught is you don't need to rely on someone or something to be a powerful person. Now, if you're relying on a Miss USA title or a Miss America title, and that is your ultimate, and that's all that's going to be about your life, you don't need to be in the competition pageant. You don't need to be in there, because it's just a guy that I'm going to play a sport because that's going to make me somebody.
My glory days, right?
Yeah,
exactly. No, that's true.
A great follow on Instagram is Badass Businesswomen.
Right.
You and I, because they have the most amazing quotes that just make you go, yeah.
Yes.
And I can't think of a woman that would argue what they are trying to build.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And it has nothing. You guys follow that. It has nothing to do with what you look like. Not one thing. It's never about that. It's an attitude.
Swagger.
And it's a attitude and it's action.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's a can do. Women can do. So can men. We're equal.
Yeah, we're not hating on them, and we're not hating on Miss America. So don't be sending me old mail and
we just like the controversy.
It's just you know what? There's just we just 2 women have an opinion. That's all.
We'll see what happens.
Have a good day, y'all. Bye.
Bye. Come on, damn it.
Damn it.